Aberdeenshire, hidden in the hills, there's a farm growing a rather special crop that has boomed in popularity over the last few years.
When I was a greengrocer, I hardly ever saw a blueberry, and if you wanted to eat one, you had to go to a posh restaurant. I never, ever imagined they would become such a refrigerator staple in the UK.
In fact, last year we bought a whopping 25 million kilos of blueberries. That figure officially knocked raspberries out of the running for most popular berry in Britain, second only to the mighty strawberry. With their superfood status and almost twice the shelf life of other berries, it's no wonder blueberries are on the rise. Soft fruit grower Ross Mitchell began growing blueberries here in Stonehaven back in 2005 and is one of the most northerly growers in the world.
They are nice. They're really juicy and really sweet. How many plants you got?
So we're growing about 150,000 plants here in farm.
Are you?
Yeah.
Is it tough growing blueberries this far north?
Climatically, it is definitely a challenge, and we've got a lot of things to deal with. We've got obviously a lot of wet summers, we've got a lot of rain.
Is this why you have polytunnels?
Yeah, we've got to, I mean, for harvesting at this time of year, obviously with the rain pouring down outside, we've got to have polytunnels. And then apart from the rain in the summer, we've got spring frost to deal with during pollination. So in 2012, we lost about 50% of our crop to a frost in May.
But May's late for a frost.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Half your crop, I mean,
your crop.
that's a disaster.
Yeah.
Never wanting to risk losing so much again, Ross invested heavily in a frost protection system, which became invaluable in April this year when once again he was hit by a late cold snap. Rather than trying to increase the temperature in the polytunnel, the system does something unexpected. Throughout the night, a network of sprinklers sprays cold water onto the plants. The low temperatures quickly freeze the water, encasing the blueberry plants in ice. Creating this winter wonderland may seem counterintuitive, but when a liquid is turned into a solid, this reaction creates heat energy, which is what protects the bud. When the frost begins to melt the next morning, the flower buds beneath remain healthy and undamaged. Fortunately, all this ice saved Ross's crop this year, but it's an expensive solution. So work's being done to find a cheaper alternative. Dr. Julie Graham from the James Hutton Institute in Dundee is leading the way.
Why do blueberries have such an issue with the Scottish weather?
Because they've not been developed for Scotland, they've come from North America or Florida, so they're used to warmer climates.
What can you do about it?
Well, what we can do is we can take as many different varieties of plants as we can get our hands on, and we can grow them in Scotland and across the UK, and we can find the plants that grow well, and we can then use them as parents in a breeding programme.
For me, how it grows is less important than how it tastes. I want a beautiful blueberry.
If we can identify what genes in the blueberry are responsible for flavour and then follow those genes into a new blueberry variety, then we can be much more specific about what we're breeding.
Do you know what percentage of blueberry consumption is UK grown?
Less than 10% is homegrown, so 90-odd% is imported. And with the massive demand that we have in the UK for blueberries, it's a tremendous opportunity.
While Julie is on a mission to develop the perfect blueberry, Ross and his team continue on with the day-to-day harvest.
How do you pick them, Ross? I'm sure there's a technique.
Yeah, there is. So you want to cup your hands below, because they're quite small and fiddly, and then just roll with your thumb the ripe berries off into the palm of your hands. Okay? And just clear out any debris and into the punnet.
Well, that looked relatively simple. Let me have a go.
Give it a go. Come on, give it a go. So cup your hands and then roll with your thumbs.
I see. They're so light
Yeah.
that if you're being paid by the kilo or even by the punnet, you've got to do hundreds.
No, you're right. Yeah, the strawberries, they'll pick about 12 kilos per hour, whereas with blueberries, they'll only pick about 3 kilos per hour per picker. So but that's why they're a lot more expensive to pick.
You've got to be quick and gentle. Look at this. Look, I'm getting like to be a bit of a demon at this. Look at them. They're beautiful. One of the problem is that they don't all ripen in a cluster.
No, they
So
don't.
you have to kind of work around the ones
Yeah.
that aren't ripe. And if I accidentally pick one that's not ripe, of course, I've ruined it. It won't ripen. Yeah,
No, that's it. It's gone.
it's gone.
I mean, I've been working quite hard on this, and that would just about make a muffin. During the harvest, Ross has to pick 2.5 million blueberries every day. So he has a team of 350 pickers to help him.
With the difficulties of the climate
Yeah.
and the dangers of the frost
Yeah.
and the difficulty in harvest them, Ross, why do you bother?
Okay. There is some advantages to growing this far north in Scotland. So the longer day length and the cooler temperate climate means the fruit is a lot sweeter and bigger, more plump. And then also when the northern Europe finishes and then the southern hemisphere hasn't started yet, there's a window of opportunity through September and the first half of October when there's nowhere else producing blueberries anywhere in the world apart from Scotland. So that commands a premium price.
So for a 6-week period, the only place in the world you can get blueberries is Scotland.
Yeah, that's right.
That was incredible.
It is, isn't it?
They're nice, mate.
Growing soft fruit this far north definitely has its challenges. But if the demand for homegrown blueberries continues to rise, the future looks bright for the great British blueberry.